Hello, and welcome back to the world of assassination and the trending contracts. And today's contract, Sapienza Squad, set in Sapienza. And the contract ID is on the screen now for anyone who wishes to have a crack at it, and has been supplied to us today, courtesy of OTB Hunter. So moving on to our briefing, and there isn't one, so we'll just say that our targets today have been very naughty and they need to be punished. And speaking of targets, today we have 5 of them with no stipulations on how we dispatch them or what we wear whilst we do so, so we have a free map. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting at the harbour. We're going to have a remote emetic gas grenade stored up at the safe house, and we'll be bringing with us a vial of lethal poison and a sniping rifle. So right from the start and off the bat, we need to make our way to the top of the church tower. So we're going to make our way onto the beach and into the sewers entrance, and just on our left in here we will find a crowbar, and we can use that crowbar to force our way through the gate here and make our way on to the crypt, which is just around to our left. We're going to force open the gate here as well, and then we're going to make our way straight up through the church and up into the top of the tower area. Do be aware that the lower levels here are often frequented by church staff members. If we're quick enough on the start, we can get to the top of the tower easily enough. So once we're up here, we're going to retrieve our sniping rifle, and if we look down at the village below, or the town below, on one of the upper balconies we will find our first target, and we're just gonna take a quick shot on the floor in the bedroom area there. That will get the attention of our target, and when they come in to investigate, we can then plant one bullet in them and they are nicely dealt with and hidden away from prying eyes. So we're going to move over to the other corner of the tower here, and if we use instinct we can see our next target is just sitting down by the church, and she will be some time. She's going to move around quite a large area over a number of minutes, but eventually she will make her way down and along the pier. So she's heading past the boats now, and she will head right out to the edge of the wooden pier you can see just ahead of us. So there she is, and when she gets to the end of the pier, we are going to give her one very quick and very fatal swimming lesson. So we're just going to drop her into the water there, and this is why we learn to swim. So 2 targets down, 3 more to go, and our final 3 targets are all located up in the plaza area. Now I'm putting the sniping rifle away and bringing it with me for some of the journey, although we don't actually need it, you can just leave it there. So we're going to make our way back down the tower using instinct as we go to make sure that the coast is clear, which in this case it is, and we're now going to make our way across the harbour area and up to the ICA safe house where we can retrieve our gas grenade. So we're going to take the shortest possible route, which means going up the drain pipe here and in through the rear of the ICA safe house. Luckily enough we have a key so we can let ourselves in. We're going to retrieve our gas grenade from the briefcase, remove the grenade from the briefcase, and then return it to said briefcase, thus activating it. And then from here we're going to make our way down and out of the building and into the butcher's shop next door. And in here we will locate our next target, and we're just going to throw our briefcase just on the floor behind the butcher. He will not react in the way we would like to the briefcase. As you can see, he just ignores it even if you place it somewhere in his view. So we're going to trigger the gas grenade, which is close enough to him to make him sick, and he will go into the Caruso villa to be sick. And in the bathroom area near the kitchen, we're going to follow him inside, being aware of Rocco's sister. She could also frequent this area, and we will have to wait for her in a few moments anyway. If she is coming into this area as is our target, we can then eliminate her from the equation by rendering her unconscious while she's tying her shoes. For the purposes of this video, she was not currently around, so we can follow our target directly into the bathroom, reintroduce him to his breakfast, and take his outfit. So before we leave, there is Rocco's sister just tying her shoelaces now. So we're going to wait for her to finish and make her way down into the staff recreation area on the lower level there. And once she goes past, we can now make our way out of the Caruso villa. The door we came in is key code encoded, so we're going to go back through the ICA safe house and back into the butcher's shop. And in the cold room at the back of the shop here, we will find a propane cylinder. And again, we're just going to check on instinct, make sure that Rocco's sister is not around, because her next stop will be the butcher's shop. So if she is around, just wait in the freezer for her to leave. For us, she was not present, so we were able to leave immediately. Here is our next target, currently sitting on the bench having a cigarette, and after a short wait he will then leave the area, and we can then throw our propane cylinder onto the bench here, and that looks pretty good. So he will come back in a few moments for another cigarette, and while we're waiting for that to happen, we can make our way up to the ice cream parlor and to the table just outside the windows here, and we are going to add our poison to the glass of coffee there on the table. Just as our target arrives, he goes down to the bathroom, and when he returns, as you can see, he will sit down at the table and he will then sample his now rather spicy coffee. It's got quite a quick kick to it, and I don't think it's good enough for him, and it has ended him rather suddenly. So all that's left for us to do now is to await the return of our last target, and to get a nice good view, we're going to make our way over to the fountain, and we're going to sit down on this bench here and read the daily newspaper. And eventually our target will return. He will sit down at the bench and he will light up a cigarette, and as we all know, smoking is bad for your health, as he is about to demonstrate. So that's all of our targets now taken care of. All that's left for us to do is to make good our escape, and we are going to head for the nearest available exit, which will be the Volkswagen Beetle. So all we have to do is get in and drive away. We don't get to run our target over as we've already eliminated him, and we can head out of Sapienza. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of, and we have confirmation all of our targets were eliminated according to plan, and we get our silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.